Chapter 3. More on Photoshop. This chapter covers Paint Tools, View Tools, Image Adjustments. Paint Tools. Using Brush Tool. The Brush tool in Adobe Photoshop permits you to use your mouse as a paintbrush while using Photoshop. With the several options available, you may alter the shape, size, and painting style of your brush. Follow these steps to use the Brush tool. Open an image and select a part of it by Magic Wand tool. Select the Brush tool from the Photoshop toolbar. The Options palette will now show the brush settings. On the Options bar, choose your wished brush options, starting with the brush preset. Click the arrow and select your wished brush from the Brush Preset Picker drop-down palette. To load another preset library, click the Brushes menu at the top of the palette. Choose your brush size. A preset brush's pixel diameter are displayed as text below a thumbnail image of the brush shape. If you wish to alter the size of that brush tip, drag the slider or enter a value. Select a blending mode. If you wish the background to display through your strokes, adjust the opacity by dragging the slider or entering an opacity percentage less than 100%. The lower the percentage, the more the background images display through. Your strokes should be on a segregate layer above your images for you to be able to adjust the opacity and blend modes after you have drawn them. Click on Foreground Color box in Toolbox. The Color Picker dialog box appears. Choose the wished color. Click and drag the points and make brush strokes. Always remember, Photoshop files have default file extension as .psd, which stands for Photoshop Document. A PSD file stores an image with support for most imaging options available in Photoshop. Pencil tool. The pencil tool is nothing more than a rip-off from the brush tool. In effect, all it actually contains of is a 1-pixel brush tool tip. The pencil tool is nothing more than a rip-off from the brush tool available to the pencil tool as are available with the brush tool. Access the pencil tool with the keyboard shortcut of B. You may need to press Shift+B as it is the secondary tool of the brush tool. Click and drag to paint the canvas. Holding Shift while dragging with the mouse forces the pencil tool to generate straight edges. Color Replacement Tool. The Color Replacement tool replaces color you paint on with foreground color without painting over image detail. Step 1. In the toolbox, select the Color Replacement tool. Step 2. On the Options bar, set brush size and style. Step 3. Paint to replace a color. Step 4. In the Options bar, you may choose a sampling mode. Continuous replaces all the colors with the foreground color. Once only permits to replace color that you first click on. For example, if you begin with a stroke on a red area, the tool replaces only red pixels. Background swatch only replaces pixels consisting of the current background color. Step 5. Also on the Options bar, you may define blending mode, tolerance, the tool's sensitivity, and limits. The tools range all over the image, discontagious, only the neighboring areas, contagious, or the pixels inside, find edges. Horizontal Type Tool. The Horizontal Type tool creates and edits vector-based text in an isolated layer. Step 1. In the toolbox, select the Horizontal Type tool. Step 2. On the Options bar, set the font options, family, style, color, size, and anti-aligning method. Step 3. Click on your image and type. Step 4. While you are typing, the cursor looks like this, so you may adjust the type text position without altering the tool. Step 5. While you are typing, most of the other Photoshop functions are not available. When completed, click on any tool in the toolbar or on a layer in the Layers palette to apply the typing and return to the standard editing mode. Step 6. To edit a previously typed text, select the proper text layer in the Layers palette or just select the text with the Type tool. The layer has to be automatically selected and work like with a regular text editor. Path Selection Tool. The Path Selection tool selects and moves fragments of existing paths or vector shape masks segments or anchor points. Step 1. In the toolbox, select the Path Selection tool. Step 2. Click on a path or shape component in Image window to select it. Step 3. Drag selected path component to move it. Step 4. To delete selected path or shape component, press Delete key. Step 5. To select 2 or more components, do Shift-click, mouse-click holding Shift pressed on every component. Step 6. While multiple components are selected, you may combine or align them into a single path utilizing buttons on the options bar, Movie. Always remember, selection tools are used to select all or any part of a picture to perform cut, copy, edit, or retouching operations. Shape tool. Photoshop offers an assortment of shape tools for us to choose from. When we create a shape in Elements, we are creating a vector-based element. Choose your desired shape tool from the Tools panel. Choose on the Options bar Drawing mode. To create vector shape layers, click Shape Layers button. To draw paths, shape outlines, click Paths button. To create rasterized shapes in current layer, click Fill Pixels. Set width of line in Weight field. Click on Next to button on the Options bar to set geometry options. Choose Shape Color. Drag on the image. View tools. Hand tool. The Hand tool permits you to navigate an edited image when it is not totally visible in its window. In the toolbox, select Hand tool. Drag your image to bring the hidden areas into the view. The 3 buttons on the option bar permit you to choose one of 3 standard viewing modes: Actual Pixels, Print Size, or Fit on Screen. Zoom tool. The Zoom tool magnifies or reduces the image view without altering the image data. In the toolbox, select the Zoom tool. As default, the tool magnifies the view, so the cursor looks like this. Click on any area of your image to magnify it. To reduce the view, click the Zoom Out button on the options bar. Then click on your image. If you check Resize windows to fit in the options bar, the document window is resized to better fit your image each time you use the zoom. The 3 buttons in the options bar let you select one of 3 standard views: Actual Pixels, Fit on Screen, or Print Size. Optionally, you may choose Fit on Screen view by double-clicking the Zoom button on your toolbox, Movie. Image Adjustments. One of Photoshop's strengths has always been its ability to help in touching up photographs. Even photos taken by the best photographers can do with a little touching up if they were taken in poor lighting or other poor conditions. Additionally, old photos that have been scanned often require some type of touching up due to fading colors, scratches, and other marks. Photoshop incorporates a wide range of tools, particularly aimed at improving the means photos look. Some of Photoshop's adjustment tools, such as levels, hue or saturation, and brightness and contrast, have been available since the earliest versions, though additional tools have been added to more recent versions. Brightness and contrast. Brightness is known as the amount of white found in an image. If you crank up the brightness, an image will become whiter. Sometimes dark hidden areas will disclose surprising detail. Contrast is the difference between light and dark in the image. If you turn up the contrast light, colors become lighter and dark colors become darker. Using brightness and contrast, you may remove shadows or shiny forehead reflections. You may lighten teeth and balance images. To use brightness or contrast. Image, adjust brightness or contrast. Try to create the dark path of the green boat lighter. Always remember, path and shape tools are also termed as drawing tools because they help in making complex shapes and drawings. Hue or saturation. The hue or saturation options in Photoshop are applied to modify the colors in an image. The 3 settings you can alter are 1. Hue. Adjust along a scale of changing colors. 2. Saturation. Adjusts how intense or dull the colors are. 3. Brightness. Adjusts the brightness of the colors. Open any image. This image has a saved selection known as yellow. Activate the saved selection channel by selecting the load selection option in the select menu or by clicking the saved channel in the channels palette. The adjustments might be easier to view while the edges of the selection are not visible. To temporarily conceal the edges, select Extras from the select menu or press Ctrl H. With the selection still active, go to the image menu and select Adjustments, Hue or Saturation. Altering colors with variations. It permits you to alter colors with simple, easy logic. It never matters if you never went to art school. You don't have to know how to mix colors. To apply variations, Step 1. Select what you wish to alter. Step 2. Click Image, Adjust, Variations. Step 3. Click Original in the upper left corner. Step 4. Notice the various images previews. Click the image previews and that's what your image will look like. Basically, you will hunt around for the preview that looks most like what you are shooting for. Then look at all of the previews again and see if you can obtain the image closer to what you wish. Work slowly. It's okay to click 20 various previews. You may adjust the amount of color alteration by fiddling with the fine cursor slider. You may adjust shadows, highlights, midtones, and saturation in variations. If you will apply a variation setting over and over, you may save it and load again the next time you require it. Summary. The color replacement tool replaces color you paint on with foreground color without painting over image details. The pencil tool is nothing more than a rip-off from the brush tool. The brush tool in Adobe Photoshop permits you to use your mouse as a paintbrush while using Photoshop. The hand tool permits you to navigate an edited image when it is not totally visible in its window. The zoom tool magnifies or reduces the image view without altering the image data. The horizontal type tool creates and edits vector-based text in an isolated layer. Photoshop Elements 10 offers an assortment of shape tools for you to choose from. When you create a shape in Elements, you are creating a vector-based element. The hue or saturation options in Photoshop are applied to modify the colors in an image. Brightness is known as the amount of white found in an image.